Got all fucked up. What's good with y'all, man? Gotta love. The turnover. Many people, single people at that, are still in the relationship with their ex. What do I mean by this? There's two ways. I've thought about it. There's two different ways. I'm gonna try to break it down as best as I can. The first way is them worried about what their ex is doing on social media and all that, you know, the normal way, right? Then there's another way that most people have not even thought about. And that is, you're still in a relationship that is over. You could be sleeping with the person next to you, but the relationship is over. And since the relationship is technically over, even if you want to accept it or not, in reality it's over, right? They're your ex. So you're basically single. You're not single because you're still together, right? Y'all didn't break up, whatever, right? But it's over. They're your ex. They're your ex. Y'all just haven't officially broke it off yet, but it's already over. But let's talk about the first way of stalking exes on social media and all this other crazy shit, right? This is why whenever you're in a relationship, you give your all. And when you give your all, right? You give your all, you really not going to believe, and you're probably right, about them finding somebody better. It's almost impossible. They might find somebody equally as good as you.
I got a thing for niggas.
Right? Right? Nah, hold on 1 second. Gotta fix my shit. Yeah. They might find somebody that makes them equally as happy as you. Right? But I think a lot of times people didn't give their all, or they fucked up in the relationship. And they know they did. And that's why they can't get over the ex. Right? But if you are one of those people that did not give your all, there's still hope for you too. You gotta become a better person, man. So you could be a better version than what you gave your ex. But most people do not change. Most leopards do not change their stripes or spots or whatever the fuck the leopard got. Y'all know what the hell I'm talking about. Most tigers don't change their fucking stripe. Yeah. Since y'all want to play around and shit. You know what I'm saying? But for real, man. Even if you was one of the people that you know you fucked up, man. You might not. I still think if you self-improve in life and become the best version of yourself, I don't see how you couldn't attract somebody better than that person. Life has a funny way of giving you second chances. But some people, they never gonna change. So all they can do is be pissed off. And mad at exes for finding somebody that actually appreciated them and made them happy. That's all they can do is be pissed off. Because they don't want to become that better version of themselves. Or become that woman or man for somebody. They'd rather just take or whatever. You know what I mean? But for y'all people who you know you gave your all, let's just hypothetically say you gave your all and it still didn't work, or they chose somebody else, right? Understand that for them to find somebody else that will give their all like that, it's almost going to be impossible. Especially if they did you wrong, because karma has to come. And what does karma do? It serves the same shit, the same entree that they served you. So You should be rejoicing that your ex, if your ex did you wrong, you should be rejoicing that they got married and all that. Because karma got to come in a beautiful wrapped gift. You see what I'm saying? Karma can't just come as some little lightweight shit. Nah, it's got to come with that Mike Tyson punch. You get what I'm saying? The problem is y'all worry too much about what's going on with the ex. Vengeance is mine, said the Lord. And it don't even have to be an ex. It could be somebody you was talking to that did you dirty. Just let it go. Live your life. Become a better version of yourself so you can attract somebody better. Learn why you shouldn't pick people like that, like the ex or whatever. And most importantly, just be happy for them, even if they did you dirty. I wish you nothing but the best. Yeah, I know you did me dirty. I know you played me. You know what I mean? It could be an ex or somebody you talking to. Yeah, I know you was going to go back to your ex the whole time, or your boyfriend or whatever. I know you played me. It's all good though. I'm not even going to be mad at you. I'm just going to wish you the best, and I block exes unless I feel like that person is really not trying to be toxic or really fuck with me too much. You know what I mean? I'll block them because I don't even want to know what they got going on. Why would I? Why should I? A lot of y'all like to tease yourself and piss yourselves off, looking at what you see your ex doing on social media. Do you not realize that a lot of that shit is glitz and glamour? They're gonna blow that shit up bigger than what it really is. You know, you see them with their little bottles and weddings and dinners and all this, and I'm so fucking happy, blah, blah, blah. Remember, if you did your best to make them happy, how the fuck can the next person make them happier? The only way somebody can make somebody happy in the first place is if that person makes them happy. So if you was giving your all and they still wasn't happy, 99.9% of the time, they still not going to be fucking happy. It don't matter who they get. You see what I'm saying? They can get their dream girl or guy and still not be happy. That's why they wasn't happy with you if you are one that gave your all. I'm not talking to y'all ones that fucked up. I'll get back to that in a little bit. Right? I personally believe, I don't believe another man can make my ex happier than me than I did, because I gave my all. I made sure, I purposely made sure that I cover every corner. Whenever I deal with a woman, I purposely make sure that I'm good to her in all aspects. So when she decides to leave, she ain't gonna forget me. I know it, because I know most men ain't gonna go to that extreme. That's why I warn women, before you fuck with me and lose your soul, you better think twice, because I'm gonna be too good to you. So if you fuck it up, you're not gonna forget me. Period. Right? And also, all I ever wanted was for an ex to be happy. So should y'all. So since all I ever wanted was for them to be happy, it doesn't really bother me or trigger me if they are happy. Think about it. Doesn't matter if they're with me or I get it. Like you like, man, I wanted to be the one to make her happy. But the other guy is, or the other girl is. Again, remember, if they wasn't happy with you and you gave your all, all the next person could do is give their all. And you think that it's going to make a difference? Unless your ex sat back and changed and was single for a while. But how many of them are going to do that? Most of them no, because only the good ones who gave their all is the ones that need a break, because they're drained. They like, damn, man, I'm tired. But the ones who was playing games and took you for granted, they didn't get their all. That's why they could move on so quick. And you really think that the next person is going to make a difference? Probably not. But all this could be avoided by you not worrying about what's going on in their lives. Why? Hear me out though. I do understand some people have kids by people, but still, just deal with the kid and that's it. I don't need to know what's going on. Well, I guess in a way you got to know, because if you got a kid by a person and you want to make sure you know what's going on in that household, if your kid's staying over there, That's a whole different, man. That's a tough one, man. I can't even speak too much on that. I ain't gonna cap to y'all, man. I ain't gonna cap to y'all because, you know, once you have a kid by somebody that don't work, man, that's a different ball game, man. But I guess I can say this: don't have a kid with somebody until you get married to them, because it's, especially as a woman, it's more safer, because a man usually ain't gonna marry a woman unless he's really serious. Now, a woman, on the other hand, she'd be willing to marry you to get the bag, so I don't know about that one. That's a tough one. But for y'all women, you're pretty safe if you're dealing with a dude that was willing to marry you. I'm pretty sure that he's not going to put your kid in harm's way and all that shit. Pretty damn sure about that. But who knows, right? But anyways, man, they in the Cinderella stage. Your ex is probably in the Cinderella stage. That's why you see him on Facebook and the bottles, the dates and all that shit. But remember, it's not really official until after the Cinderella stage. That's when you find out if love is really real or not. Will they still be popping bottles and smiling and shit after the Cinderella stage? Meaning after time has passed? Love is not officially love until later on, man. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. If before it actually becomes love, it's just infatuation and attraction. That's it. But this is why you have people jump shit. I'm bored with him now. I'm gone. I need a new one. Or I'm bored with her. I need a new one. Because it ain't love, dog. Love is more defined off of the cons more than the pros, man. Anybody can love somebody in the Cinderella stage. Anybody can love a motherfucker. He got blunts and bottles coming and shit. You know, your friends and shit, so-called friends. Yeah, they love you when you smoking blunts and shit with them. But I ain't got it today, dog. Now they not your friend no more. Now y'all falling out and shit. You see what I mean? And if an ex is trying so hard to be seen to you, it's not authentic. Because they would be so fucking happy that they probably would feel sorry for you. Not try to make you hurt. Think about it. Motherfuckers still be hurt. That's why they want to hurt you. Look at me. Look at my new girlfriend. Look at my new boyfriend. They be so busy with that new person. If they are so happy, they wouldn't even have time to be doing that shit, man. Stop letting these people get to y'all, man. It is what it is. Okay, it didn't work with you, right? For whatever reason, it don't even fucking matter. Who cares? It don't matter. The point is, that person's with somebody else. It's harder when you do it the right way, because you're going to be alone and they're going to be with somebody. But that's who they are. Understand that. That don't mean that they winning because you single, right? And they with somebody. That don't mean they winning. Especially if they did it quickly. You already know what time it is. They was the one that was trying to move on from the very beginning. And they probably going to do the same shit again with that person. The real ones usually take a break, man. Because they gave they all, man. They got to take a break. They need a break. They can't fuck with nobody else like that right now. Not no serious manner, you know what I'm saying? But stop being in a relationship with them. Meaning letting them trigger your emotions and shit. You can't even move on and like somebody else because you're worried about what they got going on. Even if you have kids by them, don't let them get to you. Give me my kid, I'm out of here. I ain't arguing with you. I don't have no more energy to waste on you. I done done that shit for years. Fuck that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Knock on wood. I hope I never have to deal with. I'm not having a kid till I marry a woman. That's period. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? But don't let them get to you, man. This is what they do. Try to show who they got going on, and it's never what it's cracked up to be. Because honestly, nobody can make them happier than themselves, or happier than you made them if you gave your all. If you gave your all, nobody else can make them happier than how. I know you're going to say, well, maybe they're better at this, or maybe they're better at that. That could be true, but guess what? A person can only be as happy as they are themselves. At the end of the fucking day, doesn't matter if I have Beyonce nose or Felicia. Of course, I'd be happier with Beyonce, but what if I wasn't a happy person? It don't matter. What if I'm some miserable person? It don't matter if I got Felicia or Beyonce. That's facts. It don't matter if I got a Cadillac or a Toyota because I'm not a happy person. Don't matter if I got $1 or $1 million because I'm not a happy person. But what if I was a happy person? Don't matter if I got $1 million or $1. You get what I'm saying? So don't let that shit fool y'all. But a lot of that shit, man, like I say, they trying to show y'all what they got because they really not that happy, man. If they was, they would feel sorry for you. Like, damn, I'm happy and my ex ain't even happy, man. I kind of feel sorry for her, dog, or him. They wouldn't be trying to hurt you and shit. That's what hurt people do. Hurt people try to hurt motherfuckers. You get what I'm saying? But honestly, man, just block them. Just block them on social media. It is what it is. When you see them, hey, what's going on? All right, gone. A lot of y'all trying to be friends and shit with them, got them lingering around and shit. Then how you gonna get moved to a new person when you got an ex lingering around and shit? I get it if you got kids, but you better keep it just as that. You really ain't got to speak to the motherfucker other than if it's something necessary to speak about, communication about the kid. That's it. But hopefully you married somebody before you had a kid, so you have that kind of trust. Like, I know who this person is somewhat, or I can trust them to a certain extent. Even if they did cheat, I still know they're a good person or a good parent. You know what I'm saying? Versus having kids with strangers and shit. Well, that's tough. But let me go back for a second. Let's say you fucked up. The only answer I got for you if you fucked up and you know you fucked up is to become a better version of yourself so you will become a better lover for somebody and you'll attract a better person. You'll probably get somebody better than your ex. You fucked up. All right, I fucked up in life. I'm about to self-improve. That's anything in life. Anytime you fuck up in life, whatever. I fucked up. I'm going to do better. Your life ain't over. You ain't dead. You still breathing. And a lot of times, y'all so worried about getting somebody better than an ex. You know what I'm saying? It ain't even about getting somebody better than an ex. It's about finding the right person and finding a better you. Y'all looking for a better person. Look for a better you. Because there's no guarantee that the next person will work anyway. So why hang all your happiness on if you get a next person or if they're better than an ex or if an ex is with somebody or not? Who gives a fuck? Block them. Ignore them. A lot of that shit is not real, man. Especially if they under 2 years and they together, that shit, it might be real. I'm not saying it's not real, but I'm saying that they haven't passed the stages of that Cinderella bullshit yet. So they don't really know if it's really real yet until after that. It's easy to love motherfuckers when everything's all good. When everything's new and fresh and all this shit. But after so long, you got to do things to keep that shit new and fresh. You got to do things to appreciate that shit still and be appreciated still. It don't get no easier. This is why it's so important for people to be happy within themselves, because your partner needs help to keep you happy. Especially, it's easy to keep them happy in a Cinderella stage. They fantasize about you 24/7, whatever, right? But after so long, you're gonna need their help for them to be happy. It don't matter what you do. You can buy her a whole fucking house, everything. But after so long, if she don't appreciate and she's not happy herself, or he, don't matter. He gonna be sleeping with another woman or whatever. So don't worry about what your ex got going on, this new relationship or whatever. This is why I don't deal with exes on social media. I really don't. And even if I did, I wouldn't pay attention to them. But and the only way I would be a friend with them if they not in my space. They start coming in my space, trying to make it seem like we together and all that, then they getting blocked. Or arguing or something, like I'm in a relationship with you still, you getting blocked. I don't owe you no more energy. I gave all the energy, right? Now my energy is for me and for whoever else is next. Worrying about an ex, letting them trigger your feelings and, oh, look at them, they so happy. All that bullshit is you still in a relationship with them. And don't get me started on the ones that still sleeping with the enemy. They are already your ex. It's already written. It's just a matter of when they are your ex. They sitting right there in the bed with you. Y'all still probably fucking and everything. That don't mean they not your ex. It's already written. It's already over. You just holding on for dear life in a relationship with an ex. Just not official. You got to be happy for your ex, regardless of what they did, and you gotta forgive. Forgive and be happy for them. Why wish bad on them? What's that gonna do for you? That's more energy and more feelings and all that shit that you're pouring into the same situation that should have been done with. Remember one thing, y'all. Feelings are feelings, whether they're bad or good. So if I got these bad feelings towards an ex or something, that's still feelings. I'm still engaging with this person. Even if I don't talk to them, I'm still giving energy to them. Don't matter if it's good or bad. Why you think some people fall in love way more, especially females, when the guy is good and bad instead of just good? Stimulate her mind. He's good one day, he's bad the next. Now she's crazy. She's all over the place. Because it doesn't matter. Feelings are still feelings, good or bad. So if you hate an ex, you still got feelings towards them. They bad feelings, but they still feelings. Versus, it's all good. I'm not going to worry about what you did. Let me free my mind from you. Big difference. Big difference. Let it go, man. Self-improve. Pick better. It's not even, it's not about if you get better. That's another thing. Some people need to realize that it's not about getting somebody better. If you had a solid ex, it's going to be tough to get better anyway. You know what I'm saying? If you had a bad one, they did you wrong, well then, there you go. It's easy. What you worried about? If you had an ex that did you wrong, why are you worried about? How can you not get better? Just wonder. Now on the flip side, if you the one that did them wrong, I can see where you're coming from, but you still could get somebody just as good. You just got to become just as good. You got to become better than what you was. Instead of sitting around mad looking at their Facebook like Snoop Dogg or fucking Baby Boy in the car with the fucking Jerry curls and shit. You know what I'm saying? For real, man. Don't let people steal your happiness, man. And this goes for people you talking to too. It's not just the ex. All that is on a different level. You're on a more serious level because you was more close to the person. But that's the same thing. That same shit applies to somebody you just met last week. You got to treat that shit the same fucking way because it is the same thing basically. It's just you're not as attached. You haven't had as much time with the person. It's still the same thing though. At the end of the day, I'm not going to get mad because you want another guy. You picked another guy, okay, good, bye. I'm not going to sit here, pout and cry. I don't give a fuck. I can't give a fuck, even if I wanted to, because now I'm letting you destroy me. You don't even want me. You want a whole nother guy. I'm going to let you destroy me? Nah, I'm going to use that as, there's two types of ways, just like I said, there's two types of feelings, good and bad. Well, there's two types of angers too, good and bad. Man, yeah, all right, I see what you did. You picked him. Y'all want them guys? That's all right, watch this. I'm going to make sure I become better than all those motherfuckers. Use that shit as fuel. But with women, I think a lot of times they understand that most women choose men. They know why women choose men for the most part. So that's why they get boiling hot when they see their boyfriends with somebody else, because it's deeper than with men. It's kind of like, okay, she's a good, nice person, and she probably got good sex, and she's pretty and shit, you know. So that's why. But with women, it's a whole lot of shit, and they apply that to the person. Like, he's probably making her feel this way or that way or this way. You know what I'm saying? They look and they be like, he's got my happiness, but he don't have your happiness. You have it. That one, and again, remember, even if that woman makes him happy, how can she make him happier than he makes himself, and happier than you made him if you gave your all? She can't, Because at the end of the day, he can only be as happy as he makes himself. It don't matter who he's with. Y'all got to get that out y'all heads. That's why I don't give a fuck you pick that guy over there. Oh, well, he can't make you any happier than I can. How? Because you're only going to be as happy as you make yourself. So it don't matter if she picks him, or him. At the end of the day, she's only going to be as happy as she makes herself. Or he is only going to be as happy as he makes himself. It doesn't matter about who he's with. Maybe who's making him unhappy or her unhappy, that's a different story. But as far as making them happy, all this, cheesing on Facebook, we happier than everybody's ever been in a relationship type shit, that's bullshit, man. Either you're happy in a relationship or you're not. Everybody's experienced both, right? So what makes yours any different than mine? Too many women competing. Moneybag Yo, and all these other dudes, look at the cars they got and look how their women are. She must be luckier than me. How do you know that? How do you know that? What makes you think that she's happier? Oh, Jay-Z got Beyonce. He's probably happier than me. Bullshit. Because when I get my Beyonce, I'm going to be happy as a motherfucker. I don't give a fuck about what Jay-Z got going on. For real, for real. What the hell does that got to do with my happiness? Oh, because they got boats and shit? That's all right. We get our little boat or something. And still be happy as fuck. Remember, it don't matter if you got $1 million or $1. It's all about the happiness. They can have all that and be miserable because they're not happy within, right? Your happiness don't determine or depend on if you got an ex or how happy they are. If you with an ex or how happy they are. I get it. You start thinking about the times. Not the person, the times. The happy times. And that's the problem. And another problem is the perception, which ties into the times. A lot of y'all have a perception of an ex that is false. That's not who they are. You know that because if it was, you would still be with them. You're not with them because the real them has been exposed. Whether it's an ex or somebody you was talking to. But your mind always drifts back to what you thought they was and the experience. But that's not them. Remember that. The experience is not them. She could have gave you head every night. And then she could have been plotting the whole time. And then left you for another guy because she got a bigger bag or something. Or they wore that mask that whole time, and then you found out they wasn't who they was. But the problem is you still think, your mind often reminds you of who you thought they was, and then that triggers you. But if you logically remember, oh shit, I'm tripping, that's not who they are. I forgot who they really are. I'm tripping, man. Nah, I ain't gonna answer their call. I'm gonna leave them on block. I just remember who they really was. I often sometimes think like, damn, this or that. But then I remember like, nah, that's not who she is. And they definitely not who they are now. After you just split up and shit, they different. You get the Pet Cemetery version, man. It's a wrap, hang it up. Another problem is people understand that most people out here are on bullshit. So that's what draws them to an ex or stays with an ex. Or stay with an ex. You know the one I was talking about where you still sleeping with them and the same bed and shit, but literally it's over. But you won't leave because, well, everybody else is bad too, so I'll just stay here. Fuck that. Sky's the limit in life. Life is too short to not live it up. Get in a relationship with yourself. And God, of course. I know some of y'all don't want to hear that, but I'm going to say it anyway. Get in a relationship with yourself and with God. It's not about a man. And honestly, if y'all really want to know the truth, until you actually go through God, you're not going to get the right one anyway. That is fact. You'll get people that make you happy and shit, but it's always going to end bad. It's always going to leave that sour taste because it's counterfeit. It's from the devil, not from God. The only way you're going to get that real, and I don't give a fuck, people, we've been together 20 years, we so happy and all this and all that, right? And yeah, that shit can end in 20 years too. And then they be feeling stupid as fuck, right? Hurt like a motherfucker. I gave my whole life to this motherfucker. just to find out he been cheating and shit the whole time or some shit. Yeah, man, don't worry about your ex, man. Don't worry. Stop worrying. What y'all are doing is, especially women, you're worried about how happy that woman is, you know, because you get in your feelings of who you thought he was. So you start thinking about who you thought he was, and that translates to you thinking that she's getting this special treatment or whatever, right? And she might be for now, but remember, the leopard don't change its spots. That's not who you think the ex gonna come at a new woman the same way he came at you in the end? Once the mask was took off, do you really think your ex is not gonna put that mask back on? They did it when they met you. They put the mask on when they met you. They're gonna put that mask back on again. They can't. That woman or man cannot make them happier than you if you gave your all, man. No way. No way around it. I don't give a fuck what anybody say. They seem happier with you. Bullshit. The only way I see that is if you fucked up. That's the only way. And if you did fuck up, that's fine. You got more opportunity to become a better person and get a better person. Because you can level up and become a better person and attract a better person. Example, let's say Marshall Mathers, Eminem, fucked up with Kim, right? Let's say he fucked it up, right? But he ain't Eminem yet. Okay, he self-improves, he becomes Eminem. You think he can't get better now? Or at least equivalent? If Kim was perfect, let's hypothetically say she was perfect, right? You think he can't get at least another Kim? Not saying he's trying to replace the girl, but you get my point. Of course he can. Because he self-improved. He didn't let it destroy him. A lot of y'all are letting these breakups destroy y'all, man. You can't do that. You can't do that, man. And more than likely, God is taking them away from you anyway. Because he has a better plan. So stop letting the devil lie to you and say your life's over. You might as well hang it up. Nobody else is going to ever love you. Blah, blah, blah. Those are all lies from the devil, man. It's probably God. It's funny how God is doing something and the devil come in and make it seem like it's a bad thing. In other words, the ex is getting took out your life because they've been lying and cheating on you and shit. But the devil gonna make you feel like this is a bad thing and make you think that they so happy with the next person. All this bullshit, man. Straight bullshit, man. It don't matter if you single or not. It don't matter if my ex was married right now and I'm not married. How happy am I as a person? See, she can have that. She could be married or whatever, right? And if she can only be still as happy as she is. The relationship don't determine if you're happy or not, unless you allow it. Y'all gonna allow that to happen? I wouldn't, because look how people are these days. There's a good chance that you might have to be single for life. There's a real good chance, because people are on some bullshit. That's why you gotta be happy within yourself. You can't let other people determine that. A woman can only come in my life and add to the happiness that I got. I'm not gonna sit around and be sad forever until a woman show up and then be happy. That's crazy. Because if I do that, that woman can control whether I'm happy or not. She can leave and now I want to kill myself or something. I don't want to eat no more. No. Don't do that. That's why. And guess what? Let's say the right woman did come in, didn't want to leave and do me wrong. She still can only make me as happy as I make myself. Now she going to think she might have to leave me because I'm never happy or something. The perfect woman, but I'm still not happy because I'm not happy within myself. Or I don't appreciate her because I'm not happy within myself. She's doing all these things and I'm a fuck up. You're gonna fuck up if you don't learn how to make yourself happy. Once the right person come along for you, you're gonna fuck it up. That's why you gotta be ready, man. You can't be worried about no ex. Or worried about when the right person comes, then I'm gonna be happy. You can't do that, man. You gotta be happy now. Matter of fact, your happiness is probably a thing that's gonna attract the right type of person. You think they wanna come around with somebody sad as fuck? I don't think so. I'm out of here, y'all. Stop worrying about your exes, man. There's nothing to worry about. You know, smoke and mirrors, man. And even if they are happy, Just be happy for them. Ain't that what you wanted to do in the first place? I know I wanted to make every relationship I was in, that I wanted to make that person happy. So it don't matter if they with me or not. Who cares? At the end of the day, I always wanted them to be happy. I never wanted them to hurt, so it don't matter to me. Fuck it, it is what it is. I gotta worry about me though. You know what I'm saying? And one of the best ways to not worry about an ex is to block them. And don't deal with them. And if you got kids by them, only deal with through the kids. That's it. Stop all this other shit, man. Get out your feelings, man, and live your life.